Stars of Dreamworld and Beyond. Opening. The message. Dear Messenger, I entrust you to send this message to Miss Monica of Callium. She should be present in Linkium from early morning till late in the evening. I trust you'd send it the moment this message has been received. To Monica. Monica, my dear, I'm afraid I will not be able to meet with you on the morrow. Our allies are facing an abrupt invasion, and our presence there is an absolute necessity. I entrust Linkium in your hands while we're away. The image of the crowned lady disappeared. Hushal has never seen such a device before, let alone know how it reached his doorstep. Callium is a town not too far from Remastered, Hushal's hometown, though he has never heard of Linkium prior to this message. Was that Zela, Queen of the United Lands? He thought, though he was reluctant to believe a message from her found its way to his home. Am I the messenger? He asked himself in confusion. He looked at the device again, a cuboid with a rotatable disc. The message had played when Hushal rotated the disc earlier. He flipped the device over to see what resembled the clamp lock. Should I unlock it? He thought for a moment. The moment the clamp was released, the device shined and so did the world around him. Within 5 seconds, he found himself in a large circular hall. It was surrounded by gates of enormous sizes. The hall's size was unfathomable, yet it felt completely empty. Hushal suddenly noticed the sound of footsteps echoing in the large hall. Upon looking closely, he found a young lady approaching him from the center of the hall. How did you get in here? She asked in a bewildered tone. Hushal looked at the device in his hands for a moment. He felt flustered and speechless. He rotated the disc and the image of the crowned lady appeared once again, repeating the message that played earlier. Queen Zela sent you? Asked the young lady. I've been trying to contact her regarding the meeting. Any effort of trying to reach her was fruitless, though I suppose I now know the reason why. When did you meet her to receive this message? Hushal explained, albeit clumsily, how he found the device by his doorstep without knowing its source. I don't really understand. Regardless, I'm happy her message eventually reached me. She lowered her head and placed her hand on her forehead. My, if I'm going to be looking after Linkium, who's going to do my errands in the otherworlds? She paused for a moment, then looked back at Hushal. Oh, I'm so sorry. My name's Monica. Allow me to explain this place. This here is Linkium Hall. King Lin and Queen Zela had it built not too long before, though it's not complete yet. They wanted to build a hall that had numerous gates, each linking our world with many worlds beyond our own. They wanted Linkium to become a hub that linked many worlds together with our very own Dreamworld. If you look around, you will find that all of the gates are closed. None of them has been activated yet, and the first one would have been opened today. I had scheduled to meet a group of friends from a world they call Victosyria. Their small group will start their very first adventure in Victosyria. Our plan was to open a gate that linked us to their world and to have them act like our ambassadors there. We specifically chose first-timers in hope that their curiosity will make them visit Dreamworld from time to time. After all, we have tournaments of our own and people from different worlds are always welcome to participate. She shook her head. I won't be able to meet them unfortunately, since I was entrusted to look after this place. A strange creature came floating from the center of the hall. It landed on Monica's shoulder and snuggled her neck. Orlin, you finally overcame your bashfulness, laughed Monica. Where are my manners? I haven't asked your name yet. Hushal introduced himself. The honor is all mine. She remained still for a moment, only to look back at Hushal. Say Hushal, would you be willing to meet with them on my behalf? Consider it a part-time job, and I'll award you gold for doing it. It's not a difficult task at all. You'll just hang with them for a while before taking their contact information so that we can keep in touch with them. Not a very tedious job, is it now? What do you say? Hushal delightfully accepted. I knew you'd make the right decision. Come along. This device here is called the Linkiometer. It's the brains of this entire place. Monica waved her hands over it and a screen appeared before her. She started interacting with the screen using her fingers. Suddenly, the sound of a gate opening was heard. Hushal looked to his left and found the open gate. The light coming from it was nothing but white. It was strong enough to cover whatever was inside it, yet it was not blinding. Here, take this card with you. It will cover all your expenses there, in case you ever need to use it. The group is waiting for you on the other end. In case you need to contact me, just press on the card's edge tightly. Orlin and I will be here in case you need anything. If you need to return, press and bend the card slightly and keep holding it bent for a few seconds. You will find yourself teleported here. Best of luck! Hushal placed the card in his backpack and headed towards the gate. He looked into it but could see nothing but white light. Slowly, he stepped into the gate and passed on to the other side.